Hello and peace greetings, everybody. This is the Spill That Secret Time Out with WomenOpreneurs, and this is International Women's Day week. So happy International Women's Day, everyone. I am Dr. Azeeza Jalaludeen, founder of GoGLOBAL Business School, and this sessions that we're bringing to you every week. This is week number 31. As always, we have amazing women in the house. Miss KANAGA SHUBA. Welcome, Miss SHUBA.
Wow, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And wish you a happy Women's Day as well. Though it is 10th of March, the entire week is going to be Women's Day week.
Yeah, so that's right. It's not Women's Day, it's also Women's Week.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, and we are so delighted that we have you with us today. And this sessions has always been about women who inspire other women with their life. That's the idea behind this weeks of inspiration that we have. And Miss KANAGA, dear friends, SHUBA, as we all call her, is the MD and lead trainer of Brillianteering Academy. That's a mouthful, and we'll find out more about it. And it's also the global English training hub. And she has 15 years of experience and has an undying passion towards training. Her vision is to transform lives through language and soft skills training. Not to forget, she's also a BNI training ambassador and BNI launch ambassador. And that's an amazing concoction or package of stuff you have with you, madam. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing with us your passion.
Thank you very much for having me today here, Ma'am Azeeza, because I'm so glad and delighted and feeling blessed as well.
Definitely. We are happy about that. And we want to ask you that pep talk question that we all want to know. Where do you live and what do you love about where you are living right now?
Sure. I live in India, Tamil Nadu, that is the state, and my city is Tirunelveli. That is the place where I live. I'm born and brought up here. And the best part of my place is, this is famous for a sweet named halwa. Halwan sonale vande ellarkume theriyum, you know. And
yes.
The next one is the courage. The people are very courageous here. And that's the best part. And apart from that, ain tinai abdinu solluvanga, which means the types of land ranging from sea or field, like farming area, or it could be mountain, falls. We have everything in Tirunelveli. So that is the best part about Tirunelveli. And I'm so proud of it.
And I'm so happy and proud that you are joining us because I love Tirunelveli halwa too. We have business partners there and we have been, my parents come from Kanyakumari. So it's really fun to have someone talk about Tirunelveli and Tirunelveli halwa. And that's really nice. Wonderful. And your company name, as you said, the global, I need to mention this, right? The Global English Training Hub means GET, it's an acronym for GET. And you said something about that. You want to share with us on that?
Of course, yes. In Tamil, we used to say, "Getta irukano," you should feel proud of yourself. So if that is the case, getta English pesanum, illa endha language pesalum getta pesanum, confident irukano. That is the most important thing. So appadi irukano appadina, you have to come and join a course, take up a course in Global English Training Hub, and obviously getta pesa arambichiduvom. That is the reason behind that name.
Yeah, so cool, and I really love that acronym of how you put it together, and it flows. I mean, it's so naturally that's what it comes up to be, and that's a brilliant idea. Thank you so much. That is where the mind is getting creative because you speak so many languages too. We'll talk about that in a while. Just as we get into it, I want to ask you, You have been in the corporate field, and then now in your business over 15 years. What are some of the challenges you overcame, and how did you do that?
Of course, when I was working, the challenges I faced was I have been a part of HR team as well in one of the previous companies, and the most what to say, gut wrenching I would call it, because I interview people, candidates, particularly from south part of my place, and they come there for interview. They have good skills, but the only thing lacking is self confidence because they don't have the language. And I have to tell them, I'm sorry, I'm going to reject you because you don't have the language. And that was a huge challenge, to continue my job. So I thought, no, I got to go back to my place and I got to do something about this. So how did I face that? I just came back to my place and started this institute, to teach the skills which people require to shine themselves.
Very
So
nice.
that is one huge challenge, and that's how I faced it.
Very nice, very nice. And it's a hard calling. And where were you staying when you decided to go back? Where were you staying?
Bangalore. I was in Bangalore.
Bangalore. Right. So it is always like going back and contributing and serving the people that's closest to your heart. And because you want to serve them, the problem became an opportunity, honestly. So, in one of the sayings we have, one of our mentors said, the real problem is you see it as a problem and nobody else sees it or can do anything about it except for you. So you kind of became the person to solve the problem.
Yes.
That
That
is
is right.
amazing. And what is it, any other areas that you feel right now in the field of, employability, especially when learning languages, is it really a problem? You want to share a little bit of that when people are
Yes, of
coming
course.
to
Yes. When it comes to the language part, people are, always lose self confidence. They lose self confidence when they don't have the language. They have ideas. They have so many ideas, but they just don't step forward to speak up their minds. So that is one big thing. So when people approach me, they shed tears. That's the moving part, because I just ask them, why do you have to be in tears while you're speaking? Why? Because now interview pone, I got rejected. The feel of rejection because something I don't know about. So அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு விஷயம் வந்து ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கும் when people talk about that. And when it comes to government employees, அவங்களுக்கும் they'll be like, I'm 45 plus, I'm 50 plus, I'm old. They call themselves old. I don't know why. They say, and எனக்கு promotion கிடைக்கல because I don't have the language. I'm not confident enough. அது
Mhm.
சொல்லுவாங்க. Those things are like எப்பவுமே கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். Seriously. So
Right.
I tell them age is just number. That's all. So you don't have to feel all these things. It's just language. And
That's right.
language தெரிஞ்சிட்டனாலே everybody feels like wow, okay, I can speak up. So that's it. That's the solution.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. This is something that a lot of people do not. I have traveled to Mumbai and I love, many parts of India, of course. But when I was in Pune and I was speaking with a group of MBA students, we went through a game and then they were supposed to present. The boy spoke in one, and it's supposed to be one of the top schools. I don't want to mention the names. He spoke in one sentence in English and then he said, "Can I speak in Hindi?" I'm like, my heart dropped because it's supposed to be one of the top schools and it's an MBA student and he's requesting to speak in the local language. So speaking English, especially among the youths, I mean, you're talking about the adults, is also a very important thing. And I so relate to you when you say about confidence in learning a language and getting there. So you speak many languages. Let's get to that. Tell us about the languages that you speak and how did you get the interest to speak so many languages?
Yes. I can speak English, obviously my mother tongue Tamil, and Hindi. And I can understand and speak a bit of Kannada, Malayalam, and Telugu. And I can write Arabic with both my hands. That is something I practiced, and still going. I have
Seven
challenged myself
languages.
with one of my friends to learn some other languages as well. So,
So I will teach you Chinese, and you teach me something else.
okay, okay.
I'll teach you Chinese. Well, it's very interesting. You speak seven languages. By the way, friends, for those of you who are not from India, you'll realize that India is a country of countries and they don't speak dialects like Chinese. The Chinese, they only read and write one way. It's all in Mandarin. It's traditional or simplified Mandarin. Whereas in India, there's thousands of languages. Guess what? They all write differently too. So if every city has got its own flavor on languages, so everyone you need to be wired in a different way. So you speak seven languages, and that is mind blowing. And especially when you say Arabic, I mean, where did Arabic come from? All of this?
Oh, okay. Now that I have to tell, I'm a huge fan of Sheikh Hamdan, the Crown Prince
Okay,
of Dubai.
right.
Yeah, because of his nature, the kind nature, and how he is, the man he is. And he is a good poet as well. So I wanted to read his poems and I want to understand without a translator. And hence it started.
Wow. Wow. Awesome. And what are you using it for right now? Can I ask you, I mean, as we talk about this, why do you think people need to learn so many languages?
To
You
communicate without fear.
you want to elaborate that a bit more? You want to elaborate that a bit more?
Sure. Uh, it's always like this. I have something to communicate with my friends. And what happens is I don't have the confidence because I don't know the language. That's the only thing that is stopping. I could be a mom who wants to communicate with the teacher when it comes to parents teachers meeting, or I could be a person who is shopping in some place, or I could be a what to say, a world peace seeker who wants to communicate with multiple people with multiple languages, and I just don't have the confidence because I don't know the language. So it is just another language. That's all. So when we learn the language, obviously we can talk. It's purely to communicate what we think. So we want to, spread positivity through our communication, but we don't know the language. So we just think, oh, okay, why? Why should I? Why should I? Because I don't have the long knowledge of that
That's,
particular language.
that's
We shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, I relate to this so much because I speak four languages and they are like poles apart, right? Always talk about the basic four languages: English, Tamil, Mandarin, and Bahasa, which is more Asian languages. And of course, Hindi and Malayalam. I understand a bit Arab, a little bit. I don't write with two hands, no. That is like a really fantastic thing. One of the thing I got it also, on top of building that confidence anytime you just get that confidence when you go into other groups of people when they are locals. When I go to China, you don't feel left out. When you go to Indonesia, Malaysia, you don't feel left out. You just feel like one of them. And the other important thing I realized is also the way that the mind gets wired. The brain cells, the neurons, actually get wired every time we learn a new language. And if you realize that's also why people who speak many languages get very creative, is actually getting to work their left brain and the right brain, like especially when they learn Tamil or Arabic, any language for that matter. And it really wires their brain. That's why, you become so strong. I think that's one of the reasons for you to like walk this journey and really, you are in BNI, you conduct classes. I want to understand a little bit about your business, right? You have a center and you have 8 teachers with you, I understand.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. And you run classes online and offline.
Yes, we do.
You want to share with us a little bit about that?
Sure. We have been completely offline earlier, and now we are like 100% online. And when it comes to the age group of people, it's not like just kids or just college students or just seniors. It is like 8 முதல் 80 வயது வரை, right from 8 years to 80 years. Yes,
Yes.
8 to 80. So we
Right.
have courses designed for each and every person. It's not about just one course. You just enroll and you can just complete and you'll get certified. It's definitely not like that. It's all about providing solutions. So if the person is lacking in one particular area, then what we are going to do, we are going to, sharpen the skills, teach them, train them, coach them, whatever the word they know is appropriate. That's how we do it. So it's not like one course you enroll and you go off. No, it's not like that.
It's a family. They become part of a family.
Yes, that is right. And I've got students, when they get married, of course, invitation will be there. They would come to my home and give me the invitation. And if they get a job, then I'll be the first person to receive a call. Ma'am, you know what? I have cleared this interview. I'm so glad and I'm so happy. All these things will be there. So they are my family.
Very nice. Very nice. Very heartwarming to hear that. And you are also a BNI training ambassador and a launch ambassador. How did you get interest into going into that space?
Well, I'm a member of BNI for the past like 4 years now, and my executive director, Mr. Mohammed Riaz, and my friends, they all told me like, why didn't you get into training part? You have passion towards coaching, training, and everything. I was a little skeptical in the beginning because it's going to be a business forum and I'm going to train. It was like that, I had that thought. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to learn something and I'm going to, give back to my friends, give it back. That's the thought I had. And I started my journey. And now that I'm a trainer and a launch ambassador in BNI, I'm feeling so blessed for having so many entrepreneurs, mentors, and friends within BNI family. And it's
Okay.
like global friends.
That's right. That's right. Congratulations on that. And what are your plans right now? I mean, now that you are into this journey, how do you see this language business growing, and how do you see this going for you?
For me, it has taken a turning point recently, and my plan has always been go global.
Okay.
That's the reason for the global English training hub name. So, why go global? That's the question. I mean, தமிழ் தெரிஞ்சவங்களுக்கு தானே இங்கிலீஷ் வேணும். ஸோ அப்படி இருக்கும்போது இது குளோபல் போய் என்ன பண்ணுறது? Why in the sense there are a lot of people in abroad countries who cannot communicate.
That's right.
Our own language that they can communicate, but they are in abroad. So obviously they need the universal language. So அப்படி இருக்கும்போது they always hesitate. நம்ம எப்படி பேசுறது? I don't want to go to market. I don't want to go outside, step out of the home. So அந்த மாதிரி இல்லாம, if they get the training properly, obviously they will feel confident. It's again, coming back to the point, confidence.
That's right.
அதனால I want to go global. So that is my next plan.
Fantastic. Congratulations on that. Your vision going so wide and broad, benefiting, definitely it'll benefit so many people. So as we kind of coming to the finale questions, I want to ask you, what is the one breakthrough you had in your business?
That's a beautiful question. This lockdown, that should be the answer, because prior lockdown, I was not concentrating much going live or going online. It was all offline. Of course, we used Skype and other platforms, a little bit of, all those things. 80% of business was happening offline in the institutes, in the branches, and all those things. But after lockdown, the entire thing changed. Now we are like 100% online. So that is a huge big breakthrough. Uh, uh, why I'm saying like this? Because prior to lockdown, we were concentrating only people who are living in and around Tirunelveli, or maybe like 50 kilometers or 100 kilometers within that range. So now what happens? Now we have got students from maybe Andhra, Bangalore, and from Kerala. It's going on like that. So we are able to reach a lot of people and ultimately transform their lives, be a part of their life in some way or the other, like a small part. So I think that's the breakthrough. And lockdown has, given us a lot. That's what I had to tell.
Fantastic. This is like looking at the positivity to the next level, right? And now you have been able to expand, and definitely going global is an option for you to take it off to the next level for sure. Thank you so much on that. So as we conclude this session, this is International Women's Day Women's Day week special. So, what advice do you have for women who are in business, and what do you want them to do? What do you want them to look at for their next level of growth?
Sure. When it comes to women in business, they are strong and bold. That's why they are in business. They are opening up to the global market, and which is a very good thing. What I would suggest is, please be confident no matter what.
That's right.
That is the only thing. Maybe we are really good at our core business. Yes. When we try to expand the market, and there when it comes to women, there's a question. Okay, I have to get back to my house within this time frame. So அப்படின்னா
Mhm.
என்னால இந்த business next level கொண்டு போக முடியுமா முடியாதா? There is always a question in each and every woman. So according to me, we shouldn't be confined to the place where we are. So இப்போ the global market is open for everybody, and
That's
again
right.
equal opportunity is happening everywhere. So
That's right.
you should come out of your comfort zone. That is when we can help people with our business. Business is not just business, it's providing solution to people's problems.
That's
So
right.
in that manner, we shouldn't have restrictions. Limit அப்படிங்கிறது நாம செட் பண்றது தான். So we shouldn't set boundaries. So that's what
Yeah.
I want to say.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Get out of your boundaries and break the boundaries and go beyond the boundaries. Thank you so much, Ms. Shobha, for the valuable insights and a very, very exciting time that we had today together. We really appreciate your contribution to this space.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Ms. Azeeza Jalaluddin. It has been a wonderful meeting, and thank you for the global visibility as well.
Sure. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for tuning in. We are having Let's Go Global Business Networking Session, a free program that is in collaboration with Love and Respect Transformation Center from Malaysia. It's going to be a real global connections that you'll be getting. We have a link that you can go to register. It is available in the chat box below. And we also will leave Madam's Ms. Suba's details that you can get in touch with her to get to know her work and see how best you can collaborate with her too. Thank you once again for tuning in. We'll catch up next week with another amazing woman. This is Spill That Secret Time Out with Women Opreneurs. Bye-bye.